Let's stop pretending and look at the brutal reality of the automotive elite. That £2 million European hypercar you have been dreaming about your entire life. The Ferrari, the Pagani, the Bugatti. It is fundamentally a fragile piece of glass. Think about the absurdity of this market. You beg a dealership for an allocation. You pay millions of pounds for the privilege of a badge. You take it to a track day. You push it hard for exactly 5 minutes. And then reality hits you right in the face. A warning light flashes on the dashboard. The brakes smell like they are melting. The temperature gauge goes straight into the red. And the mechanic tells you to let it cool down. The legacy European brands have sold the world a multi-million-pound lie. They conditioned us to believe that exotic performance is supposed to be delicate. They built porcelain dolls and convinced the world that paying a $50,000 repair bill after a weekend of fast driving is just heritage or character. It is not character. It is a scam designed to keep their service departments incredibly rich and you completely terrified to actually drive your car. But that era is officially dead. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are not talking about how the GAC Hyptec SSR does 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. Everyone already knows it is devastatingly fast. Today, we are putting this machine on the operating table and cutting it wide open. Because the real nightmare for the European elite isn't this car's straight-line speed. The real nightmare is what happens when you abuse this car mercilessly, and it completely refuses to brake. Grab a coffee, sit back, and let's get to the forensic truth. To understand why this car is so dangerous to the establishment, we have to look at its skeleton. We have to look at the bones of the machine. If you take a traditional sports car and strip away the shiny paint, the leather seats, and the marketing hype, what you have is essentially a metal box. And here is a simple physics lesson. If you take an empty cardboard shoebox and twist it with your hands, it bends, right? It flexes. That is exactly what happens to a normal car when you throw it into a corner at 120 miles per hour. The chassis flexes. And when a chassis flexes, the car feels sloppy, unpredictable, and downright dangerous. The Hyptec SSR uses what is called the AEP 3.0 architecture, featuring cell-to-chassis integration. What does that mean in human terms? Normally, an electric car battery is just heavy luggage in the boot. It's dead weight that the car has to drag around. But GAC took the 74.7 kilowatt-hour battery and made it a structural part of the car's spine. They fused it directly into an aerospace-grade carbon fiber tub. The result is a torsional rigidity of 50,475 Newton meters per degree. Let me translate that for you. If a normal car is a cardboard shoebox, the SSR is a solid block of titanium. It simply does not bend. But here is where the absolute genius of Chinese industrialization lies. Carbon fiber is incredibly stiff, but if you hit a pothole really hard, it can crack. It is brittle. It doesn't like sudden, sharp impacts. So, where the suspension arms meet the carbon tub, GAC didn't just bolt steel to carbon. They integrated heavy-duty aerospace aluminum inserts directly into the mold during the curing process. Think of it like the human body. Your bones are rigid, but your joints have cartilage to absorb the shock. Those aluminum inserts are the cartilage. They absorb the violent shocks of the road so the carbon skeleton never shatters. You can abuse this car on a track all day, hopping over the aggressive curbs at Silverstone or Interlagos, and the chassis will just shrug it off. It is indestructible engineering. So, you have a titanium skeleton, but a strong skeleton needs muscle. And this is where the European V8s and V12s start to look like antique grandfather clocks. To get 1,200 horsepower out of a petrol engine, you need thousands of moving parts. Pistons, valves, turbochargers, timing chains. It is a symphony of controlled explosions, but it is also a recipe for catastrophic mechanical failure. There are 1,000 things that can go wrong. The Hyptec SSR uses the Quark drive system. It is a tri-motor setup, one motor on the front axle, two independent motors on the rear. But these are not normal electric motors. The rotors inside these motors are spinning at an unbelievable 24,000 revolutions per minute. Let's put that into perspective. A Formula One car engine revs to about 15,000 RPM. If you spin a piece of metal at 24,000 RPM, the centrifugal force is so violent that the metal actually wants to tear itself apart and explode. To stop the motors from disintegrating, GAC engineers had to wrap the rotors in high-strength carbon fiber sleeves. This isn't just a car. It is a piece of military-grade centrifuge technology. The result is 12,000 Newton meters of wheel torque. When you press the accelerator, you are not waiting for turbochargers to spool up. You're not waiting for a gearbox to drop 3 gears. You are getting an instantaneous, violent shove in the chest that mimics the G-force of a fighter jet taking off from an aircraft carrier. It is immediate, undeniable, and brutally effective. Now, let's talk about stamina, the cardiovascular system of the SSR. If you've ever watched a normal electric car on a racetrack, even a very expensive one, you will notice something embarrassing. They suffer from what we call limp mode. Why? It is the mechanical equivalent of an athlete having a severe asthma attack. Imagine you are sprinting as fast as you can. After 100 meters, your heart is pounding. You are sweating profusely, and you have to slow down to a walk just to catch your breath. That is what normal EV batteries and motors do. Under extreme load, they get incredibly hot. To stop them from catching fire or melting, the car's computer dramatically cuts your horsepower. You paid for 200 horsepower, but on lap 3, you are only getting 600. It is pathetic. The Hyptec SSR does not sweat, and the reason is hidden in a piece of technology called Silicon Carbide inverters, running on a 900-volt architecture. Traditional inverters use silicon, and they waste a massive amount of electrical energy. They turn electricity into heat. Silicon Carbide, however, operates with a 99.8% efficiency. It is the automotive equivalent of an elite marathon runner who never runs out of breath. The electricity flows with almost zero resistance. Furthermore, the cooling system wrapping around the battery cells ensures the temperature never fluctuates more than 5 degrees Celsius. So, whilst the guy in the European supercar is pulling into the pits because his gearbox is overheating and his brakes are literally smoking, the SSR is ready for launch number 20. It delivers that violent 1.9-second launch over and over and over again. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't ask for mercy. Power, muscles, and strong bones are utterly useless if you can't keep the car glued to the tarmac. And this brings us to aerodynamics. If you look at most track cars, they have massive rear wings bolted to the back. They look very dramatic, very fast and furious. But here is a dirty little engineering secret. A giant rear wing is actually just a parachute. Yes, it pushes the car down into the road, but it also creates massive aerodynamic drag. It is literally an air brake slowing the car down on the straights and draining your battery life. The Hyptec SSR uses a much smarter, invisible force. It uses the Venturi effect underneath the car. Think about when you are watering your garden. If you put your thumb over the end of the hose pipe, the water shoots out much faster, right? You are restricting the space, so the fluid has to accelerate. That is exactly what the flat, sealed carbon floor of the SSR does to the air passing underneath it. The air gets squeezed between the road and the carbon floor. It accelerates rapidly, and according to the laws of physics, fast-moving air creates low pressure. It essentially creates a massive vacuum cleaner underneath the car. The faster you drive, the harder the car is literally sucked into the road. This means you get colossal grip through the corners. Grip that makes your face peel back, without needing a massive wing acting as a parachute on the roof. It is silent, invisible, and devastatingly effective fluid dynamics. Now, let's talk about the brain. And this is where the European brands are completely lost in the past. When you buy a 1,000 horsepower Ferrari or McLaren, they hand you the keys, wish you luck, and let you figure it out if you want to know how to drive it fast without crashing. You have to spend another $50,000 hiring a professional racing driver to sit next to you and teach you. GSE realized that giving normal people 1,200 horsepower is dangerous unless the car can teach them how to use it. The SSR comes with an AI track coach integrated into the telemetry system. As you drive Amui, the car's computers are analyzing your steering angle, your braking pressure, and your throttle inputs 500 times per second. It takes all that data and projects an augmented reality racing line directly onto the heads-up display on your windscreen. It shows you the exact braking points. It shows you the apex of the corner. If you brake too late, the AI tells you. If you get back on the throttle too early, the car corrects you. It is essentially a professional racing driver living inside the dashboard. It democratizes extreme performance. You don't need to be Max Verstappen to drive this car fast. The car actively works to make you a better driver with every single lap. The Italians are selling you a machine. The Chinese are selling you the skill to master it. So, what happens when you put all of this together? The indestructible skeleton, the 24,000 RPM carbon-wrapped muscle, the endless stamina of the Silicon Carbide heart, the invisible grip of the Venturi floor, and the AI brain? You realize something that is making the executives in Italy, Germany, and the UK lose sleep at night. For 100 years, the legacy brands told us a lie. They told us that building a hypercar was a mystical art form. They told us it required a badge with an animal on it. They told us it required you to pay millions of pounds for exclusivity and soul. But true engineering doesn't care about your badge. Physics doesn't care about your heritage. The Hyptec SSR proves that extreme performance is just a mathematical equation. And GAC hasn't just solved the equation. They have mass-produced it. This isn't a cheap knockoff. It isn't a toy. It is a highly reliable, heavily industrialized weapon that you can drive every single day without the fear of a $50,000 repair bill hovering over your head. The era of paying a prestige tax just to get an unreliable, fragile supercar is over. The Chinese automotive industry didn't just join the hypercar game. They rewrote the entire rulebook and tore up the old one. The dinosaurs in Europe are looking up at the sky, and they haven't realized yet that the Meteor has already hit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.